Welcome back to the Padilla Family Homestead. Today I am taking it easy. I like to push, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do some kitchen projects, and I'm going to rest and probably do some crafting or something in bed to keep me with my foot up. So I hurt my foot a few months ago, and it sometimes is really good, sometimes it doesn't. And this last weekend, I was making the bed, and then I twisted my ankle. And so it's doing way better, but I want to just make sure I don't re-injure anything. And so I need to kind of take it easier, which on my days off is really hard because I have a to-do list a mile long. So I am right now kind of doing the basics plus a couple other fun things. So these are, if you missed it on a previous video, I'm going to explain what I'm doing really fast. This is heavy cream that was going to go bad, and I put it in these ice cube trays. And I have been using this for my coffee. And so I do honey and heavy cream for my coffee. And this has been working out really well in the mornings, especially when I'm headed to work. I can throw, I thought it was going to be one pod, but it's really two. If I would have filled them all the way, it would have been one. So it's usually 2 pods and some honey, and that's what I put in my coffee, and I really like it. So I'm doing little things like this, and I have some bread that is waiting to go into the oven here pretty soon. It's all the little things that have to be done. I watered, and I got a little harvest this morning. I think Friday morning I'm going to do a large herb harvest and put that in the dehydrator instead of hang drying this time, because I have a ton of stuff out there. It's already started melting. That's the one thing I will say, the downfall is it starts melting. You get heavy cream all over your hands. A friend gave me this really cute apron for my birthday. I really like it. It's fun. So I'm gonna put this on. So I'm still gonna wipe my hands on. I'm gonna set this aside to get washed. So this next project I'm gonna work on while my bread is still rising is I am going to chocolate cover some frozen fruit that I have. My boss at work always buys these little bags of frozen fruit in chocolate. Sometimes it's raspberries or blueberries or whatever fruits. And so I have some blackberries from the farm and some blueberries that I picked from the farm. And then I have some banana slices that I chopped and sliced with you guys last year, and I haven't done much with them. And so I thought, hey, this would be a fun, quick, sweet treat. A couple of bites are all it needs to be delicious. So I'm going to take some of my mini chocolate chips. These are the semi-sweet. Actually, I need to start with white chocolate. So we're going to start with white chocolate first. These are the allergen-friendly, no dairy white chocolate chips. So they the consistency is a little different. I'm not going to cut the white chocolate with coconut oil. I'm just going to melt them down in the microwave on 30-second intervals. I really like white chocolate. When you're microwaving, you want to keep in mind on how much your container holds the water, heat, because things will keep melting a little bit and you do not want to burn it. Okay, I think I need about, I don't need a full 30, I need like 5 more seconds, maybe 10. So we have this all melted. I've never done this before, kind of looked at what she had and I'm just going with it and gonna play with it. So water seizes chocolate, so you want to have as frost free as possible from what I understand. So I'm just gonna rub the little ice off. I'm gonna plop this in, coat it lightly, and pop it on the parchment. Should probably move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing over here. So again, I'm gonna roll this, just get the ice particles off. Kind of put it in this chocolate and I'm going to pop it. It's already starting to harden because the fruit is frozen, which is amazing. This fruit will start to defrost pretty fast. Fruit defrosts very fast. So I'm trying to be mindful of that as we're going here. Probably should not have popped them in there. Just waiting for the next one because then it's going to defrost. Alright. So I'm going to do some blackberries and then I'm going to do some blueberries with the double. It's going to be white chocolate and then I'll come through and do the dark chocolate with it. Not dark chocolate, the semi-sweet chocolate. From my understanding, you could do this with like yogurt too, instead of the white chocolate. The particular ones that I saw that she bought, they're the ones you get at like Walmart or whatever. They had the white chocolate, but it was a dairy mix white chocolate. So funny, I just get done telling you I'm doing all these have-to things. But there are a few fun things that I really want to do. It's hot, and frozen fruit with a little bit of chocolate sounds delicious. And having a sweet treat that you make at home is always going to be better for you than a sweet treat that you buy out. Most of the time is going to be better. And it's going to be cheaper. You can make it at home cheaper most of the time. It doesn't have all the preservatives. Like this one, I'm able to make it dairy-free. I don't need it dairy-free, but let's say I have some extras. I have friends that are alpha-gal, and so being able to have something that I know that they can have is nice. Just a few more. And then we're going to switch to the blueberries. I'm just trying out the one tray of this until I know for sure if I'm going to like it this way. Two more blackberries. No, there are two attached. Blueberries defrost extremely fast. A little coat. I say that, then I throw them all in here in the warm chocolate. But this chocolate's actually cooling down. It's hardening up a little bit. That's why I didn't have a problem doing that. So I kind of want to coat just a little bit of this. Oh yeah. This dairy-free white chocolate is not overly sweet. It's not. It almost has like almost a waxier, the cocoa butter flavor. But what I like about this is it's not going to be overly sweet because of the ingredients I'm making of it. Okay. So I do plan later when I have the milk chocolate out to do some bananas in the milk chocolate, because that just sounds really good. Chocolate covered bananas. I'm kind of curious what it tastes like once it's cooled, because these are already rock hard. Oh yeah. That's going to be really good. Very excited about this. I was thinking I was going to have to give these a little bit of time in the freezer. I'm not going to have to give them much time. I'll put them in for a few minutes. But these will be coated, frozen again, and that chocolate's going to be hard here. Most of the stuff that I already did is already frozen hard. So I'm going to just pop it in just to help it a little bit. Stay that way when I do a second dunk into the semi-sweet chocolate. I think this would be really good with a dark chocolate also. I think a sweet white chocolate with a dark chocolate would be good, or a yogurt. That is it for my attempt right now. I'm going to take these and pop them in the freezer. While that's in the freezer, I'm just going to start a new bowl and do the milk chocolate. The semi-sweet in here. I think this one will seize faster, but luckily that other stuff is already coated with the white chocolate, and it's not really going to get a chance to have frost on it. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to do is just add a smidge of coconut oil. This helps make it glossier. I'm not adding much because I don't have a lot of chocolate chips here I'm using. Back in there. So the chunks are disappearing and smoothing it out really well. So close. I feel like these pieces are so small they can, yeah, they're just melting down. Alright, we're not going to microwave again. It's all mixed in. I have the coconut oil all mixed in. We've got this chocolate totally melted. It's time to take out the fruit out of the freezer. Again, we really just put these in long enough to have them kind of come together and not melt as fast. I'm just taking that sheet out, putting a clean piece of parchment in here. These are going to melt faster right now because this is super hot. So we got to get this onto there. Do some blackberry ones. Chocolate covered. I wouldn't want to do this with all my frozen fruit because we really don't want to eat this much sweet all the time. But again, this is for that every so often, the thing you're going to reach for, full of preservatives, full of whatever. If you can have a healthier version at home with, for the most part, all ingredients that you can pronounce, that's huge. We're definitely going to go through more of this semi-sweet chocolate, I think. I'll put blueberries on the other side of that. Since the pan's cold now, with that few minutes in the fridge, and the fruit is cold, the white chocolate is going over. These are freezing up really well, really fast, hardening up. So that is a good thing. I mean, if you wanted to serve these as a cute treat at a party or something too, I mean, they're frozen, so you want to be careful with that. But you can easily drizzle some white chocolate back over the top, or a colored chocolate back over the top, and make this super cute. Put a couple sprinkles, maybe put a couple of fruit pieces just poking out the top so you know what the fruit is, like a couple blackberry pieces, or I don't know, something along those lines. You can easily do something to elevate this just that little bit more. But I think these are really cute by themselves. I'm trying to work fast because this stuff that I took out is going to warm up fast, and I want to try to get as much as I can while it's warm. I mean, while it's cold. 3 blueberries left. Get coated. I know there's not much chocolate in here left. Woo. Look at what we got there. So these are already hard. Right. And then a blueberry. I highly suggest you try this. Okay, I'm going to have those popped in the freezer for a few minutes. Let them refreeze while I melt some more semi-sweet chocolate. I'm going to have to order some more of these, because I do want to do some bananas. I have to go check on the bananas and make sure they're all set, but I do want to do some bananas. going to take another little scoop of coconut oil. I feel like I need a little bit more chocolate actually. Bananas are much bigger, banana slices. We're going to go ahead and pop this in, wipe that edge so it doesn't drip in the microwave. Don't fall out. All right. Okay, so I can't find my chunks, so I must have used them. This has a lot of frost on it, which is unfortunate. Okay, so I'm just going to make some chunks with some full frozen ones. I got to be quick though, because bananas kind of turn to mush if you've never dealt with a frozen banana. And so we want this to kind of be quick in the making here. I have these whole ones frozen to become banana bread, which I need to make this afternoon. I actually might make some of that. We'll see. But I have like 2 or 3 more bags of these whole ones that I did not slice up. I'm kind of curious if I used up all my little pieces. These I have to be more careful with because of all this frost is definitely has potential of causing an issue. Mix this up. So I need some more time. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take another piece of parchment. A little longer than what I needed, but that's okay. And I am trying to work fast. So basically what I want to do now is take these pre-frozen drops and put them in this glass container, and I will store them in the freezer like this. So this way, now they're ready to be individually eaten and taken off. They're not going to stick together the same way. Oh, shoot. Pop this in the freezer. Now this pan and this parchment is now cold from having the last round on it. Our chocolate is melted. Wish me luck, guys. I gotta get some of this frost off. Otherwise it's gonna seize. Yeah, that just made that watery. Oy. I'm just carefully putting it in, putting some chocolate around it, and lifting it up so hopefully as least as possible gets contaminated here. by any frost. So watered down chocolate definitely changes texture, and it will get, I don't know, it's gonna get funky. So it's harder to work with too. So that's why I'm trying very carefully, for the most part, to keep it in this. I can see the texture changing right here. It gets, I don't know, grittier. So these have been in the freezer. I should probably try one. They've been in the freezer for about a year. Which is why they have the frost. They still taste great. They have overall good texture when you bite into it. These are super sweet bananas. So these are from a video when I was given a ton of bananas. And we did stuff with some of them, but I still have some left. So I was planning on doing a bunch of banana bread over the winter, but that didn't happen. So that's why I have all these whole bananas in here waiting to be used up. And it's time. I can make the banana bread and freeze it. So that's going to be one of my days off coming up here, is probably a bunch of banana bread. I might make a bunch of muffins or something. We make a lot and freeze it because having it in the house is dangerous. Same thing I do with the cookies. When I make my cookies, I freeze the dough so I can just easily heat up what we need, what we want to eat that night. But having it in the house gets more dangerous, and when you have a husband who battles with sugar levels, I have that in parchment, because in the glass, because it's not as easily drawn to. He's not a seek and find husband, and so he doesn't open all the containers. So if I don't have it glaringly obvious what it is, even if I do have it glaringly obvious, it's pretty good. Because like even when I had my fudge in the freezer, and that was very see-through in the container, he didn't bother it because he's trying to be really good with his sugars. So there are times that when we want a piece of something, and so being able to have that is really nice. These are cute little pads of banana. Banana is one of those things. I mean, this would have been easier if I would have done this with a fresh banana, I think, because then you don't have the chocolate seasoning the same way. But I don't have fresh bananas, and I have these that have to be used. But this is a great way to have a fun little snack for a kiddo. This is a great dessert after dinner thing. I mean, it's just overall, chocolate covered bananas are fun. And this is an easy one if you're somebody who buys the chocolate covered bananas at the store. You could just do your own. You can stick a popsicle stick in your banana and dunk it fully in chocolate and create your own chocolate covered bananas pops, and they can eat the whole banana, and it just has chocolate over the whole outside of the thing. Oh, I'm worried that this is going to peel off. This one started peeling off with that frost. We're getting some pretty frostbitten stuff. The chocolate's not as pretty right now on it because it has, it's getting water in it. So that is something to be aware of. Yeah, it's not even sticky to this now because that chocolate is so seized. Okay. trying to decide if I'm going to continue or stop because my chocolate is not behaving anymore. I'll just do a couple more of these and then I'm going to be done because this chocolate is angry. I'm a mess. Alright, so we can see smooth chocolate here, rough, clumpy chocolate here. So do it before it's frozen and just dump your banana pieces and you won't have the seizing that I had. I'm going to stick these back in the freezer for a few and then pop them into a bag like the other ones. And in the meantime, I get to eat these leftover pieces of banana and this seized up chocolate. So that's it for today's video. I know it's not a super long one and I know it's not a bunch of projects, it's just a couple of small ones. But I hope this encourages you to try to replace some of the things from the store that are just that easy to replace. This could go a lot faster with more than one person. But honestly, I haven't been, let's see, I started recording 54 minutes ago. So between doing the heavy cream, melting the different layers of chocolate, getting the bananas out, chopping them up, like, it doesn't take long to do these projects. And it's a bunch of fun treats in the freezer. So I'm going to let those freeze up a little bit and then I am going to pop my bread in the oven and I'm going to go sit in bed and do some crafts. So I will see you guys back here on the next video.